Hey y'all. Hey Alexis. Hey Torrance. Hey Muddy Butter. Hey Kristen. Maisha, I'm glad you finally got a notification. Shout out to YouTube. Hey Joshua. Hey Fumi. Hey Day Day. Hey Shonda. Hey Estivali. Hey Allison. There's a lot of feedback on the mic. Uh-oh. Okay, does that sound better? If not, I'll just take the mic off. Okay, let me see. All right, you guys. Still a little fuzzy. Okay, I'll just not use the mic. All right. Have you watched an episode? I have yet to watch an episode, but love your commentary. Thank you. It's crazy because a lot of people say that. I think that it's crazy because I do that for other shows. Like for some of these housewife shows, instead of actually watching a show, like I watched a review of the show because I find some of those shows unbearable, but I want to be nosy and see what's going on. So I completely understand where you're coming from. I think with this show in particular, I think with this show in particular, it's like they are trying to like stir up drama because of past seasons, because of people like Chris, and because of people, like the situation that was going on with Michaela and Zach. They're trying to like create it, and it's making the show worse. Like, first of all, you lose the integrity because instead of trying to actually do what the whole purpose of the show is, you're trying to create drama. So that is like a disingenuous part from the jump. But then when you match these people that are not going to like each other, you have a situation like you have with Alyssa and Chris. And like you think that people are just going to, oh well, I'm just gonna go along with it. No, some people are going to be like deuces. Like at some point you're gonna have somebody, if you're gonna keep choosing shallow people, you're gonna have somebody to literally at the top of the aisle see the person and be like, oh, never mind. And you really not gonna have a storyline for that couple. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's backfiring. It's backfiring. Like, them mismatching people, it's gonna bite you in the butt because these shallow people are not going to play the game. Just like Alyssa did. I don't think in the history of Married at First Sight, which I don't want to talk about them just yet, but I do want to say this. In the history of Married at First Sight, I don't remember one couple who hasn't slept in the same hotel room, at least on the first night. The cruelty from the production is on another level, but I should not be surprised since the ATL season was paid. Yeah, that season was very humiliating for Paige. Like, regardless of what role she played, you know what I'm saying? You could say she played along or whatever. Regardless, they tried to humiliate her. I'm sorry. Choosing somebody like Chris, y'all knew what y'all were doing. And I feel like maybe he's much worse than what they thought he would be, but they knew that he wasn't going to treat page right. They knew that. And so now it's like become a standard. Now we're gonna humiliate someone every season. In my opinion, allegedly. Let me make sure I throw those in there. Like, obviously I don't know for sure, but it just seems like that's the route this show is taking. The premise of the show is drama enough. They don't need to be adding extra sauce. I completely agree. Like, I was completely invested in this show from the first season, and it never needed that extra drama. Ma- Placing two people together who are strangers and telling them to now be a married couple, that is drama enough. That is entertaining enough. You know what I'm saying? The producers play too much because when someone comes up to them with a problem, instead of being a mediator, they tell the person to go back and tell the partner. Right. And then reducing the role of the experts who are supposed to be guiding them through this experience. Like we rarely see appearances from the experts. I also would like to say this has been the most unbearable 3 episodes of the show. Yes, because it's like hours of footage, of filler footage, whereas before we would get all the weddings in one episode, which I understand. At one point it was only 3 couples, but I feel like y'all could fit all of these weddings into 2 episodes, especially with them being 2 hours. Come on, y'all probably I mean, we should really be getting all the weddings and the sit downs with the family in 2 episodes, because the next episode is gonna be the sit down with the family, and they are gonna give us every excruciating detail that we do not need to see. It's gonna be unbearable, even more unbearable. Okay, so we're gonna talk more about, Alyssa and Chris and how they really, play. But I feel like we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it because I was gonna go into it just then. But first, let's talk about the other couples. Hold on one second, you guys. Okay. Um, Here we go. So I wanted to talk about Mark the Shark and get Lindsey out of the way because I feel like we've seen enough of them. So like enough of their wedding at least. Like good grief, we didn't have to see all that. But I just really feel like Lindsey loves being on TV. She loves like saying these wild and crazy. I think Lindsey might like to do that in general, but obviously she's doing it for TV too. Um, I don't know, y'all. I would like for this to work because it seemed like he really connected with her father, and he really wants a family, and that's why he did this. And he seems very genuine, but I cannot place Lindsay at all. Like, other than I know she wanted to be on TV. Um, I don't know, y'all. She just talked too much and she just says whatever's on her mind. She pays no attention to like her surroundings or the tone or who she's talking to. Uncouth. Yes, very uncouth. She needs some duct tape for her mouth, I hope you mean. I like Mark. Lindsay is exhausted. Yeah, Mark is like I like Mark. I feel like Mark genuinely came on this show because he wanted a wife and he was lonely, and his parents, one of his parents is gone, his other parent is, in the nursing home, and he's lonely. He's an only child. I wonder if she's the same way at work. I wonder too. I be wondering that sometimes about these loud and outspoken people. Like, you so wild and crazy in your personal life, but I wonder how you conduct yourself at work. And she's a nurse too. Yeah. Out of all the women, they picked Lindsey. They knew what they were doing. That's what I'm saying, y'all. They know what they're doing. They're trying to pick the most dramatic pairing. They know what they're doing. She's that white woman to walk up to black women she hasn't seen in a while and say, "Hey, sister girlfriend." Yes. Yes. She is. The fact that the other women have a problem with her is telling. Yeah. When I tell you on after party, the after party she did with um Jasmina and Katina, yeah, they were rubbed the wrong way. And obviously Alyssa don't like her. But I was I was just like, dang, but she seems like somebody that would get on your nerves because she says whatever comes to her mind, and it just I know whatever she says is offensive because she doesn't there's a way to say things. She doesn't have any tact. Like you could say the same thing, but just say it, just have a certain tone and be a little bit more respectful. Mark is gonna be annoyed. She could be a fun person. She could be a fun person to get drunk with. I feel like that's probably what Lindsey's friends do with her. She is draining. She's draining to watch. I can't imagine actually interacting. Okay, we're not gonna spend too much time on them. Let's move on because she be doing the most. Now, a lot I haven't had a chance to read all of my comments on the video I posted earlier today, my review, but I was trying to like look at a few before I got on here and everybody was talking about I don't see what you see when you say that Steve is attractive. Y'all, I don't know. He is. I never I wouldn't usually be attracted to like somebody like his type, but he is attracted to me. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. But I'm telling you, this is what happened with my friends all the time. I would say like somebody was attractive and be like, "What? You think he looks good?" So it doesn't shock me that y'all feel that way. I think he's attractive though. I think Noy thinks he's attractive. Low key, I think they might work. The only thing y'all know how I feel. Y'all know how I feel. I feel like he needs to definitely get a job, but he has like it's not like he doesn't have the qualifications to get a good job. So that's why I'm giving him a little bit of grace, other than the fact that he's a little cute. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all think he's attractive too? See what I'm saying? A lot of people were clowning me. It's his height. I think it's his height, and he's a little bit nerdy too. And I love nerds, so he does have 0 jobs, and I'm gonna need for him to get on that ASAP. Steve's brother is fine. Yes, I agree. Not the one with the pressing curl. Yes, I know who you talking about. Yes, he is fine, but the one with the pressing curl is funny. I think they'll definitely work, but the way sis was chewing when he was talking about being jobless, I think any woman would be a little concerned. Like, and she said on after party that she specifically asked for someone that was stable. And so for them to pair her up with someone like Steve who hadn't had a job and wasn't looking for a job in the past 4 months, that does seem like why did y'all pair him with her? But like I said, he has the potential to get a good job and be stable. So Imma wait and see. Imma wait and see. Imma wait and see. I don't like the fact that he don't have a job though, y'all. I don't like that. Because if you about to get married and it's one thing for you to be single and do stuff like that, that's fine. Because it's just you. You don't have no kids. Fine. I don't have a problem with it. And some people are like, well, maybe he has a lot of money saved up, and maybe while he was traveling in his car and living in his car, maybe he was doing it on purpose so he could be saving money. Um, I don't know, y'all. I just think you need to have a job when you get married, like regardless of the situation. Steve jobless. I can't stand y'all. I cannot stand y'all. If he's like, okay, and then the people who have a theory, well, maybe he's rich, maybe he's a trust fund kid. And I'm not talking about you, Josie. You just reminded me of this. Some people like, well, maybe he has money, he's a trust fund kid. Why would a trust fund kid come on Married at First Sight? I mean, it's very possible. It's very possible, but why? You know, unless you just want to be on TV. But a man with money don't need to come on the show to get married. Let's just be real. But anyway, I don't know. I thought they were cute. Um her brother, both of them have brothers that are like larger than life with their loud hair or whatever. Um her brother though, he was doing too much. I was like, why is he all up in their bedroom discussing whether they're gonna do it or not? Like, and yeah, you need to go for it because if you want someone else will. Like, he was completely out of line. Like, what was he? I really could not understand where he, like, why do you think this is an appropriate conversation? Like, you are this man's brother-in-law. Why are y'all discussing that? Brother wanted camera time, had to, cause he was hamming it up for the cameras. He was. But I'm just like, why are you like I'm saying like if my brother-in-law came up to me and was talking to me about something like that, I'm sorry, you getting shut down real quick. I don't play about that kind of stuff. You ain't finna be in that business now. Come on. He does have a sweet personality. He really does. He seems like he's really gonna care for her. He seems like a caring person. The brother was too invasive. Yes. Noy needs to know what he is like with a job before. Yes. I think he needs to get a job before decision day. I think he needs to like nail like before I could be solid in my yes, I'm gonna need for you to nail down a job. Unless and then another thing, his freelance work could be making him some money. I don't know, y'all. There's so many variables, but she said her brother does drag. Okay. That makes, you know what? She did say that. She did. It makes a lot of sense why he's kind of like over the top, but still, you don't need to be all up in their bedroom. That's weird. I think Noy said she wanted to sleep with him, but she was probably too shy to be forward with him. So her brother gave Steve a nudge. Still. You stay out of it. I'm sorry. You stay out of it, brother. I'm sorry. That ain't for you to give him no nudge. Like I get that, but no. Sir. Mm-mm. So let's move on. There's not much with them. They had a nice little interaction, but we just have to keep watching and see what they got going. Yes, I don't need to know what any of my siblings are doing in the bedroom. Exactly. Okay, let's talk about these two. They just warmed my heart. Oh my goodness. Jasmina and Michael. I really like how his sisters embraced her and gave her that breast cancer awareness pin to show that she's now a part of the family. Um, I thought that was a beautiful thing. I even liked the conversation that he had with her mom. Um, you know, family, like getting along with the family, that's very important. And it just seems like they both come from good families. Um, their conversation about his work hours, he works a lot. Someone said that he was a personal trainer. Can someone confirm that? I'm not sure. That's something that I missed along the way. I missed what he does as a profession, but it became like, now I want to know, because if you're working if you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you work until 7:30 at night, 5 days a week, Saturday, you working on Saturdays too. Um, if he's a trainer, I assume he can make his own hours, or he could, cut down on some of them hours. Yes, he's a personal trainer. Okay. Tagline, training for love. Okay. Okay. Well, that means I would think, as a personal trainer, that you can. I mean, I really don't know how that works, but it seems like a job where you could tailor your work hours. I remember he works 4 a.m., 7 p.m. Personal trainer is another way to say he's an entrepreneur. Okay. He works longer shifts than healthcare workers. I know, that's a lot. I think he's gonna have to cut down, because y'all are strangers. Y'all are strangers. Y'all have to get to know each other. Y'all have to have that time, that personal time to spend with one another. You can't come home and plop down on the couch and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to have that time. And it worried me a little bit when he said that. Um, he probably has huge gaps in between those hours. But what does that mean if he's at work? Yeah. Yeah, during those gaps. Exactly. He needs to raise his prices and cut his hours. Yes. He's about to train his way out of a wife. Right. Y'all have to spend time with each other. Like, there's literally no other option right now. He probably includes his own workout in those hours and chit chats in between. You can tailor your hours typically. He may have his own business, which would explain the long hours. I can explain why those hours people want to work out before work and after work. Yes, they need time to date. Yes. Maybe he could raise his prices after the show. Okay, that would be good. Entrepreneur, meaning that he doesn't have a stable job and just works random jobs. Are you talking about Michael? Doesn't Mark the Shark manage a gym? Michael better work with Mark. Personal trainers don't make money like that unless they own the gym. Okay. So that's why he works so much, so many hours. I don't know, y'all. I obviously wanted to work. I feel like both of them are sincere. Um, I will be right there at the gym with him. I feel like both of them are sincere. I feel like they could work. Um, like I said, the hours bother me. They need time to spend with one another. Um, Jasmina seems like someone who would be willing to work with him, though. She just, like, overall, like, I love her personality, because, he's I don't think he's uptight, but I think he's very much like in his own head, like, I don't know. He just seems like he's in his head. And when she kind of like jokes with him, it kind of brings like the goofiness and fun out of him. So maybe, I'm sure he's gonna make a way to spend more time with her. Where's the compromise? Folks be wanting to get married just to have somebody waiting for them when they get home. It's like, now I don't know if Michael is like this, so I'm not necessarily talking about it, but a lot of people that come on this show literally just want, and I mainly the men, like, they'll have their career and everything established, and they just want to drop a wife in there and just, you know, don't want to compromise, like you said, just want the woman to basically fill that role in their life. And it's like, no, you need to compromise as well. After the show, he could sell programs and nutrition plans online to make passive income. I think Merlita will do that. Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly, when you come on a show like this and you get a fan base, especially if you stay married, there's there's monetary gain in it. and that's why some people come on this show for clout. Um, but you definitely can, like, if you have the followers and the engagement, you definitely can produce online content. And shoot, he could do workout videos, he can run the gamut and make a lot of money from that. So you're right. I think he uses work and his sisters as a way to get over the deaths of his loved ones. I kind of get this feeling of abandonment, and I feel like he operates in a way that he won't get hurt. I could totally see that. That's something else that concerns me about him is has he actually healed? I know a death of a parent or a death of anyone you're close to is something that you'll never truly get over, but has he healed from that feeling of abandonment, like you said? Has he done the work? Thank you, Maisha. Yes, in my Iyanla voice. Okay, you guys, let's move on. I love these two though. Chow, 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 chow. Mm. Yes, Olajuwon wants a microwave wife. Yes. When his brother was like, yeah, he wants someone that he can mold, I was like, oh, here we go. We already saw some misogynistic things from him, like my wife need to cook. Like, he just seems like the type to want his wife to be his mama. He looks like he was a bad kid. He does. People already gaslight me for not liking this man. I'm sorry, and let's be real. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest now. Especially the black women in this chat. We can spot a man like Olajuwon from a mile away. Let's just be honest. I went to college with many Olajuwons, okay? It does not shock me that, the way he said he dealt with women in the past, because I've seen it. I've experienced it. Olajuwon is not an anomaly, okay? He's not. I bet you he was an athlete, right? I don't remember whether he was an athlete or not, but it really doesn't matter. Like, he probably was a club promoter. He probably, whatever. Like, they all have that same personality. He is a dust mite. Torrance. Howard the Duck. Oh my goodness. He should be bald their hairline. Yeah, he trying to hold on to their hairline. I just wish men that was happening to their hairline, I wish they would just cut it. Just cut it. But he trying to get his last hoorah, so let him have it. Why do people keep saying he needs to wash his drawers? Where was his drawers dirty? Did I miss something? I'd be like, I dislike Olajuwon. People like, ooh, they really wouldn't like my reviews then. His type preyed on girls at my college. Exactly. Preyed upon. He played football. See, I knew it. I feel like I knew that, but I still knew it. Like, he gives me football player in college. He was dancing like a male stripper. Yes, that was a little bit too much. Oh my goodness, like, her mama is standing right there. I'm sorry. Don't do that in front of my mom or my grandmama. Like, there is a place in time. I I can't. He brought up him being a Jezebel every 5 seconds. Yes, like, he constantly, "Yes, my sins have been forgiven. I hope that she doesn't none of her friends know about me." Like, it's like, why are you so concerned? Like, I know you were the absolute worst in college. The worst of the worst. And I know plenty of women have plenty of stories on you too. She was looking at him like she knew he was just spitting game. You talking about the mama was not featuring him whatsoever. The mama know. That's Jeffy's friend. Uh-huh. Her mama wasn't having it at all. At all. Skid marks? Wait, what did I miss it? Skid marks? There was a brown stain in his undergarments when he was on the bed. Y'all, I'm done. I cannot. I cannot. I did not know about this. Mm, mm. Y'all, I must not have been paying attention. I did not see that. You gotta look it up. What do like Google? Let me see. I don't know how to spell this man's name. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Uh oh my goodness. Oh, I have to show y'all. I have to show y'all. I did not know. I did not pay attention. What is that? Oh my goodness. Mm, mm, mm. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. This is gross. I cannot. And then he had the nerve to be jumping in the bed and trying to look all and you did all that grinding and all that Magic Mike moves just to have this on your drawers. I cannot. I can't. I can't. Yes, I can't believe they didn't edit that out. Why would they leave that in there? Ugh, now that's all I'm gonna be able to see. Child, let me get this off the screen. I can't. Somebody give him some Savage X Fenty. I can't. I can't. I can't. You look, if you gonna be doing that, don't expect me to wash your clothes. Do not expect me to wash your clothes if you're gonna be doing all that in your drawers. I cannot. In slow-mo. I'm telling you, these editors, people at Married at First Sight, they love to humiliate. They love to humiliate. Child, I can't believe that. I thought y'all were over exaggerating. Thank you. He could have bought some new drawers. Like, I'm sorry. For stuff like this, you need to be wearing new drawers. Like, you shouldn't even be wearing stained drawers or older drawers that might have a stain. Like, you need to be wearing brand new, fresh everything, fresh socks, fresh everything. For the honeymoon, like you couldn't get fresh underwear. Come on now. I can't. Joshua, he should have just not those should be in the trash. Dark underwear. You should not have those type of stain. Like, what else was I gonna say? That completely threw me off. I forgot everything else that happened with them. Oh yeah. Do y'all remember that part? Do y'all remember the part where he sat down with her mom? And first of all, when he said he had ADHD, I was like, okay, that makes sense why he just so like I don't know. He's just constantly on 10 and like from subject to subject to subject. That makes sense. But did y'all see that part where she was like, "Ooh, look, a rabbit," and he turned around and she got up and left? What was that about? She was trying to get away from him. Her mama do not like him. And then he really messed up when he called her Katrina. Like she was over it from the jump. He was drunk too. Yeah, he was definitely drunk. He was definitely drunk. She said, "Are you on meds?" I know, I know. I was like, "Dang." What was that about? My grandma thought she was rude too. My grandma really thought she was rude. I don't know. Did I think she was rude? I probably would have been rude, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. If that was my daughter again with Olajuwon, I'm sorry. Like I said, I could spot a man like Olajuwon from a mile away. I probably would have been rude too. Not about the name. You're right. That her talking about his name, that was out of line. I will say that. That was out of line. It was. But I think she was probably offended that he said her name wrong and then she said something about his name. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna excuse that because that was wrong. Yeah. She was wrong for disrespecting his name. But let me tell you, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Olajuwon, he would mm-mm. I'm sorry. I probably wouldn't have given him the most warm response. But I think that what do y'all think about the preview? Because we're gonna in the preview that kind of showed him going off on her about something she has in her phone. And I was a little thrown off by that. Because if anything, I thought it would have been the other way around. Is he from a different cultural background? He said his mom is Irish and that his dad is Nigerian. He's insecure. I could imagine. See, that's my thing. I think he was either being insecure because of his past and he know how he is, or maybe he gonna get it back. I Yes. Why wasn't his mother there? That I didn't even realize that. But you're right. Why wasn't we didn't see his mom? Do you think production convinced him to do the strip dance? I don't think he had to be convinced of anything, to be honest. They might have suggested it, but child, he was ready to do that. He was waiting his whole life for that moment. Or it didn't look like his first time, though. Yeah, that was weird when he was looking for compliments. It was like, I'm like, "What?" I hate when people fish for compliments anyway, but this is her first time meeting you and you asking her that. I hate when men do that. That is so annoying. Yeah, there's a sound on TikTok that reminds me of, and basically it's this guy saying over and over, asking his grandma, "I'm handsome, I'm handsome, I'm handsome, I'm handsome," and the grandma the whole time is like, "What? What?" Like I don't know if she really can't hear him or she just trying to avoid the question or not, but it just reminds me of that sound. Like, "Am I handsome? Am I handsome? Am I handsome?" Boy, bye. If I think you handsome, Imma let you know eventually. Like, Women, we can't be as upfront with that kind of stuff because it go to y'all head, y'all get a big ego, and y'all start acting like, oh, well, she think I'm handsome, so I'm gonna just treat her any kind of way. Y'all do it all the time. We gotta be very sparing with the compliments in the beginning. Cause y'all don't know how to act. Especially somebody like Olajuwon, you know that's gonna go straight to his head. He gives a insecurity. He really does. Katina was talking about him to somebody and it wasn't nice. Child, I could believe it. I could believe it. I could believe it. Anyway, y'all, let me move on. I spent enough time on them. Child, you know what? They really tried it with this match. And look at the body language in this picture. Like, she is so stiff. She doesn't even want to be near this man. And he's trying to, make it a cohesive photo, but it's just it's not gelling. Alyssa is a mix of Haley and Christina. Yes. With a dash of Mirla. I know, I know. Team Alyssa? Shocker. They're a cute couple. Oh, you talking about the other couple. She's saying get off me. Yes. She should have been up front. I see, I've been going back and forth about that. I've been going back and forth. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm trying to well, first and foremost, let me say this. Let me say this. They knew when they picked Alyssa, she was too shallow to be on a show like this. Period. Alyssa should have known herself that she is too shallow to be on a show like this because this is, first of all, we've how many seasons are there, girl? Have you watched any of these shows? You know that this happens all the time, that people get matched up with someone that is not necessarily their type, okay? So when people be acting shocked and surprised and like, "Oh, I'm not attracted." Like, girl, that's please. You shouldn't be that shallow coming on a show like this. You're getting married. Why are you being shallow at all? Okay? So I don't feel bad for Alyssa. I don't feel like Alyssa got duped or whatever. No, because you should know what you're getting yourself into signing up for a show like this. Low key, Chris should know what he getting himself into too, because they have it right there in the contract. They can make you look however you want to look. But at the same time, I just find something disgusting about the I just find something disgusting about the fact that they purposely match people knowing how that this is going to be the reaction, and then when she says unflattering things about him, especially says unflattering things about his teeth, and then they do a close up of his teeth, there's an element of humiliation that completely turns me off because that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. And you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, what are y'all saying about? There's some serious tea on Chris. What's Chris tea? Rick, I, I need to know. Like, did something happen that we are not aware of? Because maybe that'll change things. I don't know. But as far as we know, he's not a good person. What did he do, y'all? He's basically a jerk. Stuff from his past. Okay, don't do spoilers. Don't do spoilers. All his exes are coming out. Child, look, what did he do to Alyssa? Let's keep it on here. No spoilers though. What did he do to Alyssa? Because we child. I'm not saying we should not listen to the exes or whatever, but manipulative ghoster. Child, maybe that's why maybe this is karma, I don't know. Oh my goodness. His friends did say that. His friends did say he was condescending. And I'm like, "Dang, how you say that about your friend?" He must really, you know what? Maybe so. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe he really did say something to her to rub her the wrong way. Maybe so. I feel like there's something they didn't show on camera. Maybe there's something that happened off camera. His friends did describe, and himself said he was an a-hole. He did say that himself. Um, this is what I'm gonna say though. I still think that the experts, the producers, the casting, whoever chose this woman knew what they were doing. I still think I stand on that. Chris might not have the best personality, but unless he really did something to Alyssa or said something to Alyssa, and if that comes out, then I will, backtrack. But if he didn't do anything to her, I just don't understand why she wouldn't be able to stay with him in that hotel. They have a villain and losing a couple every season. Exactly. Is that really helpful to the show? Like, to lose a couple and not have that extra storyline to fill in those 2 hours that y'all need. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like they're shooting themselves in the foot when they have this sort of match or mismatch. The zooming in on the teeth. Yeah, like I hate they continuously. That was so out of line to me. Yeah, I think she's still rude. I still think she's rude because I just you can't tell me she couldn't even say what he did. She couldn't even tell him what he did. She couldn't tell the producer what he did. Oh, he said in the elevator that he was her side piece. Clearly, that's a joke. Y'all are married. Like, come on. I just she could not explain to him what he did wrong. And so that's what rubbed me the wrong way. He didn't really do nothing. You just not attracted to him. And then the whole day everybody was telling him that you were. So I don't know if your family was lying to make him feel good. I don't know if you were lying to your families to save face, but it just felt like an ambush at the end. Like the rug was pulled out from underneath him. And based on his past, maybe this is karma. I don't know. But it just like from what we see on the screen, it just doesn't it didn't feel like he deserved that from you. She was looking for that's what it felt. She was looking for a reason. It felt like she was looking for a reason to not go to that hotel room because he didn't do nothing the whole day but talk, like he said great things about you. He said he was attracted to you. Um he was doing his best to fit in with your family and friends. She said he had none of the characteristics she would date. And that's what made me know it was shallow because you don't know him yet. How does he have none of the characteristics? You have to be talking about physically. You have to be talking about his physical appearance because you don't even know him to say he has none of the characteristics. As far as his personality goes, he probably sneezed loud. She was waiting on something. That man was trying hard to shuck and jive. That's all I saw. Like, if anything, he was guilty of like trying too hard. He was trying, and I get it. And he has to know that he's not a supermodel. But then again, I just feel like as far as looks, they're not far off from each other. And I'm just going to put it like that. Like, I feel like they're in each other's league. It doesn't take long to spot a jerk. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's why I'm trying not to go in too hard, because there might be something that we're not seeing. It might be. But as far as what we know now, they look twinsies. Yes, they kind of look alike, low key. Like, she got on a lot of makeup, but I feel like when she takes that makeup off, I feel like they're gonna be on the same level. Like, low key, I want to wash her face and do her makeup myself. I feel like whoever did her makeup made it way too heavy, especially for her wedding day. That Botox, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not up on all the injections or whatever, but she definitely looks like she's had something filler, something in the lips or something. Her boots were tacky. You know what? That's not my thing, but if you're gonna do that, if you want a country wedding, why don't you get some all white boots? Some all white cowboy boots. See, y'all know all this stuff. Lip fillers, cheek fillers, Botox, nose job. Y'all think she got a nose job too? Dang. I don't know, y'all. But I don't think they're gonna last long. They don't seem like they're gonna last past much. Like, they're probably not even gonna last past the honeymoon. Cause she don't even want to stay in the same room with him. And I'm just like, this is a fail on your end. Married at First Sight. This is a fail because y'all don't even get their full storyline. She's not one of those people that can play the game. Like Haley, she tried to play, at least Haley made it to the end. You know what I'm saying? She got on our nerves every last step of the way, but at least she, played the game. Alyssa's not going to play the game. So I doubt we see much of them after the honeymoon. I do kind of give the side eye to the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, so do what you want, a plantation wedding? I don't know. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like Paula Dean, that type of wedding she wanted to have with the black people serving. Hmm. And we saw who Jake was after the season. You're right, Kimberly. You're right. You're right. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna stick up for him too hard. Hearing these things, still gonna walk a tightrope because he might be a jerk. He might be a complete jerk. He might have said something crazy to her, and they might be editing her to be the villain. I don't know, but from what we see, it just seems like she's shallow, and she really said some shallow things in the beginning. So I don't know, y'all. That's really all I have for these couples. I wanted to keep this live under an hour because I want to talk about Ready to Love reunion part 2 after this. So, I'll be on here for a couple of more minutes and then we're going to jump to the next live. But yeah, make sure you like the video though before we move on. Like, girl, you're in Boston, go to the South to get married. Get out things. When you're not attracted, everything else about them needs to be right. They got to be a good person. I guess you're right. But I think even if he was a sweet person, I still don't think she would be interested because of how he looks. What was her profession? Didn't she say she was a social media manager for a construction company? I believe, and she does the dog rescuing thing. Wishful thinking, Kristen. Wishful thinking, Kristen. I don't think there will be a season where all the couples stay together. I doubt it. Especially now. Yeah, she's a social media. Yeah. Cuz I remember her saying that on this episode. And then she was like, "Well, he looks like a real estate agent." And I'm just like, "Girl, he is a but he is a real estate agent." Like, I know she meant it in a negative way, but he literally is one. You're right. And what's wrong with being a real estate agent? Don't let him get into some $1 million listings. I know, like, it's like when she said he looks like a real estate agent. I'm like, girl. What's that shade? Exactly. What does that mean? I wonder if it's her family construction company because she's given privilege. She really, you know what? And girl, if that's the case, why are you on Married at First Sight? Go find your own husband. If you are so picky and you have all of these requirements and characteristics or whatever you want in a man, go find your own husband. Like, please. If you're gonna be that picky. She's giving nepotism. Chris is a successful man and asked her if she wanted a horse. True. Girl, might be missing your blessing. I don't understand how we're on episode 3 and still on weddings. And I can guarantee you the next episode is literally going to be them sitting down with each other's family. We're probably going to get them, like, getting in the airplane and landing at their destination for the hotel. I mean, for the honeymoon. And that's about it. She knew his job. That was her segue of not responding to how he looks. I see. I see. Shady. Did you see the previews knowing Katina might be an issue? How was Noy an issue? I definitely saw how Katina might be. But what did Noy do? I must have missed that part. Real estate agents are winning right now. Exactly. They sure are. Longer than a movie. Oh my goodness, I am so tired of this. All this useless filler. Katina getting screamed at, I would have been in fight mode. Let me tell you something. That's why I couldn't be with a man like him. Cause he gets frustrated so easily. I bet he hollering over nothing. I bet he hollering over something that he's insecure about. Nothing of her own doing. Let me but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he might have a good reason. I don't know. But I just don't see why he talking like that. Steve was mad at Noy for not coming home and ghosting him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Child, you right. I forgot all about that. She showed, you know what? The women might be a problem this season. We never know. Steve was yelling at Noy because I guess she was gone without saying anything. You know what? Maybe she's not as attracted to him as I thought. You never know. He might be a little too nerdy for her. You know, some women don't like nerds. I do. Now, I'm not saying I want Steve, but if Olajuwon screams we're married every time they get into it, child, go have a seat, please. I know that. Katina and Noy might be pulling a Johnny and making us like them and being horrible, child. You know what? Because I sure did love Bow and Johnny in the beginning, specifically Johnny. And look how that turned out. Noisy. Well, maybe that's what she meant by alter ego, child. Maybe that's why they always make sure to point out that she has an alter ego. Because you know they be trying to do foreshadowing with this editing. I know. We loved us some Johnny. That didn't even last long. That's why I don't stand these people. That's why I don't do the hive thing. Because they always disappoint. I remember liking Zach too. Like, oh, he's so sweet. I was defending him and everything when people were talking bad about him for crying. I was defending him and everything. Now look. Now look. He an even bigger disappointment than Johnny. And Johnny was a huge disappointment. Zach Hive was at one point, Zach Hive was swarming my comments every week on my video. Now look. Zach Hive has been silenced, okay? Or are you silent or have you been silenced? Last season was the worst. It really was. I always say that, but Chris's season was pretty bad. It just consistently gets worse. The shark, the hurricane, now noisy. We just be silent. I can't believe you would actually identify yourself as a Zach Hive. Let's get out of here. I can't. We need Steve to do the Asian man justice. We definitely do. Because Johnny definitely did not represent. The whole season was a flop. I know, right? 0 out of 5. 0 out of 5. Mindy was sweet. She didn't deserve Zach. Zach deserves himself. No, Zach and Alyssa deserve each other. They the same type. And the worst part is they will probably overly critique each other. Neither of them will be good enough for each other, and they on the same level too. There was never justice for Michaela. Michaela, I feel like Michaela was vindicated at the end. I do. She was vindicated after it's all said and done, but Michaela had her own stuff, so we can't completely go gung ho for Michaela because Michaela acted up. I wish she didn't do that because we could full on just yes. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, and I'm going to jump right into Ready to Love in the next few minutes. So Yeah, thank you for everyone who tuned into this live. I really enjoyed the chat, like I always do. I hope y'all did, and I will see you in the next live.